Welcome everybody to the second week of Selling Sense, prepared by me, Samara Boland. I am going to be going through with everybody all about how to market yourself on social media. So here we go. This is a little bit about myself. I am thrilled to introduce myself. I said this last video too. I have been in the business for 3 years. I'm a licensed real estate salesperson with Vera Cohen Realty, and I've had the privilege of studying under several esteemed brokers and gaining invaluable insights into the dynamic world of real estate. Throughout my career, I've had the pleasure of working closely with numerous buyers and sellers, helping them navigate the complexities of real estate transactions with confidence and ease. My specialties lie in assisting first-time homebuyers as they embark on one of life's most significant journeys, as well as handling listings for vacant land and sought-after lakefront properties. I grew up on the lake myself, so I have a little bit more knowledge in that area. I am passionate about real estate, not just as a profession, but as a means to enrich lives and communities. My hope is that through this class, we will use this time each week to help us keep each other accountable to our business goals, and I look forward to sharing my experiences, learning from each of you, and collectively expanding our knowledge to thrive in this competitive industry. What we're going to learn tonight, here's my overview. Let's learn how to engage with our audience and put our leverage back into the hands. Let's learn how to engage with our audience and put the leverage back into our hands when it comes to using social media. Platforms like Instagram and Facebook are a tool that we can use when reaching out to our clients. If we are not ready to know how to use it, how much of an impact are we actually making? All right, throughout this presentation, we are going to cover goals, specifications of goals, and closing remarks. I'm just going to have a couple questions at the end to ask yourselves. Here are our goals. We have 7 goals, just like last week. First, we are going to make sure that our profiles on social media show clearly what the, let me start over. First, we are going to make sure that your profiles on social media show clearly that you are a real estate agent. Second, you're going to find neighborhoods that you want to infiltrate and try to friend the owners on social media. 3, we are going to set up a plan to post twice a week at least and post to your story daily. 4, we are going to know what our target audience is interested in and try to keep your posts relevant to those topics. 5, we are going to send direct messages and engage in people's stories and posts. 6, we're going to create opportunities for people to engage with your page and stories. And 7, we are going to utilize hyper-local Facebook groups for upcoming events and open houses. So once again, that is listed from most important to less important right now. So we are going to go down the list with those specifications. First, what's important on your social media profiles? You need to have that you're a licensed real estate salesperson. You have to have your brokerage name. I would put the area that you live in just so that people know where you are local to. You want to have a link to your real estate website / listings. There is a program called, it's like link something. Let me look it up because I feel like that's definitely important. I'll just look on my Instagram because I do have it here. Linktree. So that's linktr.ee. And then it'll be / whatever your, once you make one, it'll be / whatever your Instagram handle is. So that you can put right in the website link area of your profile of whatever social media platform you're using. And through that link, you can post your brokerage link. You can post a link from your brokerage to your listing. That way you get all the leads. You can put a podcast you're listening to if people are interested in that. You can put, links to your reviews on your whatever respective pages. So that's like a really good way just to make sure that you have, you can also post your fair housing link that New York State wants us to have. So it's just a really great, concise way to have multiple links in one place. And it's a little bit of a trick there, tip or trick, so that you are compliant. The next thing we want to put is your updated headshots. You always want to make sure that you look the way that you look in real life on social media as much as you possibly can. And then, so like when you're meeting somebody and they've already used your social media as your, basically like your resume, you look somewhat like you do online. You can put a little about me headlight or highlight on Instagram. I think that that's really cute. If you have, certain things that you're good at in real estate or that you want to highlight, you can put all of those posts right in that little highlight. And that's basically, if you post something to your story, you can add the little highlight button and it'll put it into a highlight. And that's specific to Instagram. And if you need more help with that, I'm happy to help you with that. And then the last thing is make your page public so that you can be found. A lot of the times, when people are not public, I know that can be scary for some people, but when you're not public, people get turned off when they can't see what's going on your page because they don't want to wait. They want the instant gratification of looking and scrolling and checking you out. So make it public. It's going to help you in the long run with your clients. Second, how to max out your friend list on social media. So one of the first things that you want to do, figure out which neighborhood that you want to make friends in. You can go into CRS and find the neighborhoods that you love / want to sell in. Then here's the best part. So go and join those neighborhood Facebook groups. And then it's super easy to just go into, so for me personally, I live in the East Side. And if I want to go to the East Side neighborhood group, you can just go into whoever's in that group and just friend them all. That way you can get as many people in a very short amount of time friended, and then they're going to do whatever they want. So it's like, that's why you're saying try to friend them, because obviously if they don't want to be your friend, they don't have to. But it gets a really short amount of time and, a really awesome just amount of work done if you're doing it all in one place instead of going back and forth and looking at CRS or doing this. And it doesn't have to be the same as the next realtor is doing it for another neighborhood. So it's not like it's oversaturated in that way. You just want to make sure that you have as many people in your target area that you are trying to farm and reach as possible. So next, just so you know, you're allowed to have at least 5,000 friends on Facebook. So max it out. Use those techniques that I just talked about to max out your friend list. If you door knock in the neighborhoods that you like, you can also in person ask the owners if they have social media and would like to follow your real estate journey if you're newer, or vice versa. Even if you've been in the business for a while, like, if you hit it off with somebody that you're talking to, you can just say, hey, I post all the time about my real estate journey, and if you're interested at all to follow me and see what I do, this is my handle. You can have your marketing team put together a cute little like QR code type flyer handout. And then that way it's simple, it's easy. They can just take their phone out, scan the QR code, and then, you've got a new follower. Talk to people in your community about your social media pages. So say you're out and about. I wore my little Vera Cohen pin pretty much every single day this week. And I had multiple people stop me and say, we're striking up a conversation, and they're like, ooh, what's on your shirt here? And it just caught their eye, and I started talking about real estate. So when things like that happen, and you're talking to people and it comes up naturally in conversation, say, I also have a really great, vibrant social media page. You should follow me. And if you have a little QR code like that, you can just whip it out, have them follow you. So that's how you're going to max out your friend list. Okay, next we're going to brainstorm ideas for posts and stories. First thing here says create or find a social media calendar to know what to post with your marketing team. You can do this at the beginning of the month and then have all of your posts planned out for the rest of the month. That way, at the beginning of the week, you can kind of block out the time that you want to, create those posts, take video content, whatever it is that you want to create on your social media page, at the beginning of the week, and then you can actually schedule those posts in so there is no excuse. Second thing is utilize Reels when posting as much as you can. Because of the algorithm, people want to see video content. That's just the way it is. So making a effort to learn how to do Reels, talking with somebody who is good at making Reels and getting in on that type of content, I think it's definitely well worth it. The third bullet point we have here says, make an effort to show your real life on a day-to-day basis through stories. People want to follow people. They want to see what you're doing. They're nosy. And I understand, like, if you have a family or you're kind of private with your personal life, that's fine. But, post enough so that you are somebody that people want to watch. Show your face at least once on video during the day. Use hashtags that are hyper local to your area, and make the hashtags reflect yours and your target audience interests. Make sure your posts reflect those interests too. What I mean by that is essentially like using these hashtags. So let's say, let me think. Let's say like you're into fitness or what's it called? Fashion or anything that's like something that like is a passion of yours. There's odds are there's going to be people that have those same interests too. So when you use hashtag that is like hashtag Troy Fitness or hashtag Albany Fashion or like things like that, in addition to the real estate hashtags like New York Realtor or hashtag Capital Region Real Estate, like adding in those things that help to draw in various crowds is going to be your best bet when trying to reach the most amount of people with your content, which is the whole point. So think about the things that you want to post about. And again, this is the next page too. What are you passionate about? Like I said, are you into fitness? Do you love fashion or thrifting? In my case, I love going to new local thrift stores. There's another one that just popped up right down the road from my aunt, and she told me about it because she was so excited about it. She knew I liked it. So I'm actually planning on doing a little bit of a content reel, video, whatever, over at this new thrift store so that I can bring some awareness to it because I didn't know about it until somebody told me. So, and that has nothing to do with real estate, but it keeps me top of mind. It talks about the community. It has everything to do with the neighborhood and, new business coming into the neighborhood. So, the next option is, are you a foodie that loves to try out new restaurants? How can you engage with your audience that is not just real estate? I think we've covered this enough. Stay active in other people's accounts. Ask open-ended, not yes or no questions on other people's posts. Stay top of mind and take note when you see big life events happening to your audience. This is just like last week when I was saying, write those personal notes, take note, reach out via direct message to create real-time conversations about seasonal topics. My best example is that I can give is, I heard this on a podcast, but it was really, really good. So obviously we're not talking about Girl Scout cookies now, but when the Girl Scouts come out and they're sitting outside of the stores, and I think it's just like almost a universal thing where you're like, oh, I want to support, the Girl Scouts, like with their cookies, and everybody likes cookies and all this stuff. So, if you see somebody posting, for example, this is just a hypothetical, but if somebody posts about, wow, I bought, I think I bought too many Girl Scout cookies, or they're like, oh, my daughter is selling Girl Scout cookies on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they're trying to drum up business for their kids that are selling Girl Scout cookies, right? You can go into their DMs and you can say something along the lines of, wow, I bought way too many Girl Scout cookies this time. They got me too. You can say, thankfully, I have a couple closings coming up, so I'm going to be distributing them to some of my clients. Did you buy them all for yourself, or did you buy them because you wanted them all, like for your whole family and stuff like that. Like just asking open-ended questions and, engaging with your audience with something that's relevant to the season or relevant to their life. And I don't know if that example totally made sense, but I hope you're kind of getting the gist of just make the conversations natural and add in real estate where it makes sense. Don't just word vomit real estate information all over people. I think talking about how, my clients are who I'm going to be gifting these extra Girl Scout cookies to once I have the closings is totally relevant and natural to the conversation if I'm talking about, if I'm talking to another person about their experience that they just posted about. So this is a couple of different examples of Vera's posts that she's done recently. And she was able to have a little bit of a question. I think it says, last day of school, she's talking about her daughter and she's walking down memory lane. And she's talking about all of the different like things that she put on her board from the first day to the last day of school. And I think that's very relatable for some people who have kids who maybe do that themselves. And it just showed the growth of her daughter from the first day to the last day, where she was talking about her favorite movie. It started with Frozen was my favorite movie and I wanted to be a veterinarian. And this year it's all about who was my crush, like people can relate to that and see, oh my gosh, my kids are growing up, me too. People are like congratulating her daughter. It's very engaging. It's very relatable and we want to try to be relatable. So next thing here. Yeah. 1 second. Great. So next thing is ask questions. This is creating reasons for engagement. So if you're stuck and you don't know how to create reasons for engagement, here's some ideas. So ask questions in your posts and stories. Ask for help with daily decisions. Make people feel needed and seek out their opinions. And utilize your listings on social media and seek feedback from the audience. So if you have a new listing or even somebody on your team or your brokerage has a new listing, put it out there or go do a reel or do a video walkthrough in your little snippet of the walkthrough in the house itself. Obviously get permission and schedule it, but then ask for feedback from the audience and say, what do you think of this home? What would you do? What would you change about the home? Is there any ideas that you have that we can tell the seller to help it sell quickly? Just getting people engaged who want to talk about real estate. That's a great way to just talk to your audience. All right, next one, connect with new clients through local Facebook groups. Every open house is an opportunity to post in that neighborhood's Facebook group. So recently, I actually did post a bunch in the What's Going On in and around East Greenbush, and I was able to just talk about this open house that I was running. I also got the opportunity to talk about a canned food drive that I wanted to do with this open house, and I also shared what my goal is, which is to help 40 families before the end of the year. And is one of those families you? Let's talk today, and just get the engagement and the information out in those hyper-local Facebook groups. Try to friend anyone who likes your post. That's really important, just to show like, hey, thank you so much for liking my post. You can direct message them and say that. Showing gratitude goes a long way. Post about events or upcoming activities in these Facebook groups. So if your brokerage is hosting, some sort of an event, posting in those groups is going to help, just get the word out a little bit more. And create a sense of community within those groups and remind people that you exist by engaging with their posts. So just, make it a point as a part of your time blocked social media time to go in there and talk to people. Like, people are obviously posting in there for a reason. They're, trying to connect with their and engage with their community. Just engage, talk to them, leave a comment. Reach out to people if you feel like you can help in any way, if they're posting about a struggle or a need, and just make sure that you are a community expert. Make sure you're seen as somebody that people can talk to and that you're reachable and totally open to a conversation. Okay. So closing remarks. This is a little bit of a quicker, time period than last week. I think we went over it by a few minutes last time, but um, this is good. So closing remarks. What does your brokerage provide that would help you execute a social media strategy like this one? What is stopping you from starting today?